All right, you guys, welcome back. So, since all the attention has been on Wes lately with his arrest and everything going on, I think Queen Azoulay has felt a little bit left out because he is back on his bullshit. Back on his bullshit times 100. He actually posted this video the other day titled, "Time to Straighten Out These Stories About Me." Not like he hasn't tried this like what, 3, 4, 5 other times in the past. And check out this thumbnail. The thumbnail is a photo of him and it says in big, huge font, "Am I a PDF?" And by the way, guys, if you hear that, that's my dog eating in the background. This is her home and she is allowed to eat. But before we get into anything, welcome back, everyone. I'm Danielle. Please, if you could do me a favor and you decide that you enjoyed this video, please drop me a like and consider subscribing. Now, okay, if you don't know who King Azoulay is, we'll briefly go over what, he was exposed for in just a second here. But he has tried to make videos like this, explaining this whole situation away like 3 or 4 different times in videos, and each time it's a completely different story. He either adds things to it, takes away things, so it's just a whole mess. So just like a little recap on who this guy is, because I know I have a lot of new viewers to my channel. This guy's name is Ben Azoulay, but he goes by King Azoulay. He's just another alpha, wannabe bitch. But what makes him different, well, I guess actually not different because all of the alphas are like this, but what makes him special, I guess you could say, is that he pled guilty to brutally gang raping a 15-year-old girl with his friend and his brother when he was 18 years old. And this was all exposed by John Bravo, so shout out to him. But he always tries to downplay this. He even has mocked her, made fun of the victim, posted photos of himself in t-shirts saying she was 15, just completely making light of the situation. But in these court documents, what he conveniently leaves out every single time is that when this girl got to the hospital, she was examined by, doctors, nurses, and not only does she have bruises all over her body, bite marks, but she also had vaginal and tearing from this assault, obviously, and she now suffers with anxiety, depression, PTSD, all from what was done to her when she was 15 years old. Mind you, this girl was a virgin at the time, and these absolute monsters just completely traumatized her for life. Now, he took a plea deal for this, and now he's trying to claim that, the family was just after money. They were a strict family, and they are trying to get revenge because she went out with guys, and they were super strict. They didn't want her out, so now they're trying to come after Ben and his whole family. It just makes absolutely no sense. But not only that, but allegedly he also laid hands on his ex-wife and mother of his child and is not even allowed to see his child anymore. After all of this, he even tried to file for a name change and it was denied because of his warrants and everything else he had going on. So, okay, fast forward to today, he now is putting out yet another video trying to explain away the whole situation, because now that he sees that Wes is out of the picture, I feel like he's trying to fight for, the top spot in the alpha male world. But like I said, he has already made videos in the past and it never served him well. He always either over explains or changes his story or leaves stuff out that he included in the previous video. It's a whole freaking mess. So let's just take a look at what he has to say this time, because we know it's going to be some absolute bullshit.
I want to address something, and I'm going to address it very quick. I'm going to get straight to the point. I have a lot of followers worldwide. They count on me. You guys believe in me. You trust me. You love what it is that I'm doing. You see that I'm not here trying to sell you shit. You see that I'm not here telling you to do anything bad. I tell you to stay away from bad things, negative people. Become stoic, become strong, get in the gym, get fit, get married to one woman, actually become a man, be a good provider, open a business. I only tell you guys to do the best of the best. And I teach you guys what I was not able to learn from anybody. I did it all on my own. So even if you're coming onto my page and you don't like me, just know I'm here to make the world a better place.
I'm here to make the world a better place. What, like being virgins? Ben also claims people are counting on him. I want to know what people are out there like not wanting to get out of bed in the morning, not wanting to be productive, not wanting to go to school or work or the gym or whatever. And they're like, oh, I'm just waiting for Ben Azoulay to post a video so that I can get out of bed. Who the hell is counting on this guy? Like, oh, I was really going to be productive today. I was really going to go after my goals, but Ben Azoulay hasn't posted. God, please put a video out, Ben, please. And your bullshit ass ass advice like go to the gym every day, get fit, start a business, only date one woman. It's all the same generic bullshit ass advice that every single alpha regurgitates. I could literally get this info from ChatGPT. Why do we need you telling us this? Why do we need Ben Azoulay to give us this information? It's completely ridiculous. And this claim that, oh, I did it all on my own, I had nobody helping me, I'm like self-made, all this shit he likes to lie about, he's not. His money comes from mommy and daddy. That's how he has money. His parents have money somehow, and this old ass guy, what is he, like now in his 40s, is supported by his parents. Absolutely ridiculous.
And for the people that look at me and say, why does he have this kind of a life story? I don't like him for that. I gotta tell you, you're not gonna get ahead in life. And I'm talking to you directly. You're not. And I'm sure that if me and you were sitting down in the same room, in the same table, I guarantee you, you would know that I want only the best for you. You wouldn't think for a second that I want anything bad for you. And that's why now I'm going to make more long form so you can get more of a feel for who I am and why I'm even here. I'm a good guy and you guys know it. I don't need to be here. I've made it in life. I've made it and you guys know that. I don't even have to say what I have. I've really made it. Now I'm trying to somehow help you make it as well. So you could either accept it or just let it go. But coming onto my page to waste your time, I don't know what to tell you. I've never been that kind of a person. It's better you go read a book than come to my page to hate.
I'm a good guy and you guys know it. Do we? Do we though? So it says, like, for the people who don't like my story, you're not gonna get ahead in life. We're not gonna get ahead in life because we don't like rapists, because we don't like what you've done in your past, because we don't like that you gang a 15-year-old girl when you were 18 years old, because we don't like that you are abusive towards women, because we don't like the bullshit you say online. That is why we're not gonna get ahead in life, guys. Do these guys even hear themselves? Like, can they even hear what they're saying? I don't need to be here. I'm doing this for you guys. I don't need to be doing this. I don't need to be coming online telling lies, lying about how I beat 30 guys up at one time, lying about how I became a mobster at 15 years old, lying about how my whole family worked with Pablo Escobar. I don't need to be making up these lies. I don't need to be lying in every single video. I'm doing it for you guys. I've already made it. I don't need to be doing this shit. I'm lying for your guys' benefit. Like, does this guy even hear himself? It's so fucking stupid. But here he is getting to the part finally where he's gonna straighten out. He's going to straighten out these stories about him. Basically, he's going to call, John Bravo a liar. Of course, he's not calling him out by name. He knows better than that. But he's saying the guy who released this civil case and provided all this information, who was John Bravo, is lying. All he did was read the civil case and none of it's true, blah, blah, blah. We all know the same song and dance that he's been doing for what, like the 5th time now?
And if you're somebody that loves me and trusts me, I'm going to be here. I'm not going anywhere. I want to see you guys win. So about less than a year ago, about 8 months ago, someone came out with a video saying something about me. Said that I was some rapist. Now, what he said was he read the civil lawsuit that the parents of the girl had against me, my family, her best friend, which was a girl, and her family, some of the other guys that were there, and their families. They were asking for $51 million. Now, I want you to think logically. If you were a parent, would you really go for a $51 million lawsuit? Or would you want justice for your daughter? You'd probably want justice for your daughter. The only reason you would want to go for a $51 million lawsuit
is because you pled out. What do you mean? It's because you pled out. That's the reason. And yeah, I would absolutely go for however much money I needed to get because you didn't face any consequences because you're a puss. It's so ridiculous. And yeah, it makes absolute sense that the family would go after money because you pled out, Ben. What about that doesn't make sense to you?
It's because you just wanted the money and you know nothing was there.
No.
It was all a made up story by them. The real story is this. Because some people say online that I'm a pedophile, sex offender, child molester, rapist. If I was any of these things, I would have been on the sex offender list. And honestly, if I was any of these things, I'd probably take my own life. But I pulled it up for you. Here it is. I'm not on the sex offender list. And it's because I'm not any of these things. And these other influencers that have made these videos about me, they stopped because they know it wasn't real. But they inflated a lot of things for the main reason of actually getting more and more views. And it worked. But it also worked for me. I personally paid some big influencers, I don't want to say their name, but some big influencers to go and make videos about me.
This is another bullshit thing he's been doing recently, is saying like, oh, I paid these people to talk about me. I paid them to talk about me. Why would you pay somebody to make, if this was a complete lie, why would you pay somebody to dig up such horrible, like the worst of the worst things that can be said about a person, which is that you it's a 15-year-old girl when you were an adult? Why would you pay somebody to dig that up? It's complete bullshit. It's a complete nonsense. Complete nonsense. He's trying to cover this up like he had part in this, like this was all part of his plan. That's another thing he's been saying recently, like, oh, I wanted all this to happen so that people would talk about me. Is it really that important to you? You really want people talking about you that bad that you don't care if they call you a pedophile? Are you crazy? This guy, dude, this guy. And by the way, it's all bullshit. I hope you know that. It's not true. He's just saying this, obviously. He's grasping for straws, throwing everything at the wall, seeing what sticks, hoping that at least some portion of his audience will believe him. He's trying to salvage any bit of his audience he can because he knows, like, everybody knows the truth. And he pulls up this thing, I think it's like from Megan's Law or something, but he pulls up this document, a screenshot saying that he's not on the sex offender list. Why don't you pull up the court documents? Why don't you pull up those? Why don't you pull up the court documents where it says exactly what you, your brother, and your friend did? Why don't you pull up the page with her injuries? He won't. He won't. He will not go through line by line. He'll pull things out of his ass trying to twist the story, but he won't actually address the substance of what's in the documents or the substance of what's in people's videos.
And I didn't care what videos. I just wanted my name out there. And the more videos that came out, the more people spoke about me, the more I was known all around the world. Now I speak at schools. Now I speak at organizations. I do seminars.
And you shouldn't be. And whoever allowed you to speak at schools should be fired immediately. That's what I got to say to that.
And all that, and I do it for free, out of the kindness of my heart, wanting to actually help the youth. So, this is a very strong marketing way. I was all for it. But some people are still taking it serious. It's not serious. You could go look it up. There you go. If you could find me one document that says that I was convicted of rape, I'll give you $100,000. There's no document that says that I was convicted of rape. And there's no document at all of any of this.
You pled guilty to oral copulation with a minor. What about that doesn't make sense to you? Like, why are you trying to play semantics? This is, like I said in previous videos, this is what these alphas do. They'll take something and they'll twist it and they're like, oh, I didn't do this. I didn't do this. Yeah, but what about these things? What about these things that we're saying? They all do this. They want to take one portion that's true or something that someone said that may be incorrect about them, and they'll use that. They'll hang on to that for dear life. And they'll be like, oh, but I didn't do this. Oh, but look at this. I didn't do this. And it's like, yeah, but what about what we are saying? What about the oral copulation with a minor? What about her injuries? What about what you and your brother did do? What about the things in the document that she said you did to her? What about that?
What there is a civil lawsuit that they came in, lied about it. Their daughter said, I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want anything to do with it. Me and her don't actually have an issue. We never had an issue, me and her, ever. All it was is that she went down on me and a few more girls went down on me on the night of my birthday. That was it. When the police arrived at my house, because her parents found out that she was out, when the police arrived at my house, I told them the truth. I said, I got some from each girl. This girl went down on me. The other girl went down on me. It was my birthday. They offered. I accepted. I didn't know that she was underage. And imagine, I just turned 18. Still a child, a teenager.
Oh my God. Talking about this as if he's at a buffet. Oh, I got a portion from each one. They offered, I accepted. What? You're talking about sex with minors. You're talking about oral sex with minors, dude. What do you mean? I got some from each one. I accepted. It was my birthday. Oh my God, what are you talking about? And this whole bullshit about how me and her don't have a problem, me and her never had a problem, that's not what I heard. That is not what I heard. But besides that, you don't think this girl would be pissed that you're online calling her a liar, mocking her, posting cartoon photos of yourself in a t-shirt saying she was 15, making fun of this whole situation? You think she's cool with that? This guy, dude, this guy. I can't even point out every single thing in this clip that's ridiculous, because the whole thing is just a bunch of fucking nonsense.
So when I went to court, they gave me exactly the charge that is a girl that is under the age of 18 went down on me. And that's because I admitted it. The problem is that I said, that's not fair, I didn't know their age. They said, because you didn't know her age doesn't take you away from a crime. Now, it's not really a crime if you think about it. But unfortunately, here in the state of California, it is, because you have Hollywood, and they made the age of consent 18.
Well, what does that have to do with Hollywood? What does you, being an adult, doing this to a 15-year-old girl have anything to do with Hollywood? Oh my God, this guy. And for him to be like, oh, it's not really against the law, is it? Yes, it is, dude. Yes, it is. It's not her responsibility to disclose that she's over 18. It is you're the adult. You're the adult. How can you say it's a child's responsibility to disclose that they're a child? Oh my God, these people, these guys, dude, these guys, like they're all the same. They're all the same.
So for the people out there that are calling me a pedophile and all these things, look, it's the easiest way to put down a strong man. Shame him and all of that. But I have nothing to prove to anybody. I'm here to help you. So when I look at those things, you guys are saying it, you're hurting all the people that actually want my help.
Oh.
Because I'm sitting here doing my best, going to speak at schools, going to speak at seminars, doing nice meetups. And then people are talking about me being these degrading things when it's not true.
I'm doing all these nice things, guys. I'm doing all these nice meetups. I'm speaking at schools. I'm doing all this bullshit. And you guys are ruining it. You guys are ruining it by telling everybody I'm a pedophile. I just want to do my meetups. I want to do my free meetups and help people. Are you kidding me, dude? Ugh, get out of here. Get out of here.
So this is the story, and I just wanted to put it out there one more time. Just so you guys know the actual truth, because I inflated it and I wanted to inflate it and I wanted it pushed out there. And it brought me like 50 billion views.
50 billion views. Because he wanted to get it out there. This is the real story. And this is the last time he's going to be talking about it. It's not, by the way. He's going to talk about this like 10 more times. And each time is going to have a different twist because he just can't help himself. But it's like, dude, nobody on planet Earth would want something like this to get out, would want the whole internet and the whole world to know about this. So there's absolutely no way he paid, and he sure as hell, he didn't pay John Bravo, he didn't pay anybody to get this information out, but yet he's trying to spin it like, oh, I paid these people to talk about me, I paid them to get it out there. No, you didn't, dude, shut up.
And it was crazy. Like that with Ali, you're a nice guy, F students are the inventors, people recreating my content. It was great. I didn't need to pay clippers. Everybody talked about me. But I want you guys to understand that that is not anything that I am. And for the people that are coming on here to say that I am, what can I say? I'm here to help you, even if you're upset with me. And as you see, all the rest of the creators stopped making this content about me because it's BS.
No.
It's BS and they know it. They wanted to get views, great. They got views, they got paid on the views, awesome. I got a lot of recognition, great. But let's continue. Let's make the world a better place. Let's do things to really help you guys. And that's all I want to do.
Yeah, let's continue, guys. Let's continue making content about King Azoulay because apparently he thinks we've stopped, even though nobody's really stopped. I mean, we were kind of tied up with other stories. There's only so much content we can make and put out at one time, but we haven't forgotten about you, dude. And since you want attention so bad, you got it. He's not off the hook, not whatsoever. So yeah, as you can see, he is trying hard. He even put like a screenshot. I think he must have been asking ChatGPT, is it true that if you took a plea deal, that doesn't necessarily mean that you had a higher charge? It just means that you don't want to go to trial. And it said, yes, this is largely true. Taking a plea deal does not necessarily mean the person was originally facing hard. So he's just grasping at straws, trying to use ChatGPT as proof. And by the way, the whole reason why this girl didn't want to go to court is because she didn't want to face him again. She was so traumatized by the whole thing. She didn't want to see his ugly ass mug ever again. And can you blame her? I mean, if you guys have seen the court documents, it is brutal. It is so bad what these guys did to her, allegedly did to her. But that's why she didn't go. And now he's trying to spin this to make this go away. First they were after money, then he took this deal because his lawyer said, if you want to save your family, you can be the hero. You can be the hero and just take this deal. And that's why he took it. Then he said, you know, the girl felt bad. She was lying. It's just a bunch of bullshit, dude. He says something different every single time. And it is absolutely infuriating. But anyways, you guys, let me know what you thought about this. Dude, I know we're going to be seeing more of Ben because he can't help himself. He cannot help himself. He's like one of these dudes that just wants to be in the spotlight no matter what cost, even though people are trolling him, even though people are making fun of him, even though people know the truth about him. He doesn't care. He just has to be out there. He pisses me off just as much as Wes Watson. These two, including Joshua Hare, are the worst. These three are the worst. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like this video. If you liked it, subscribe if you like to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care.